podcast was very good, very much a shoot. No, it didn't work, any of it. You know, the term work in the business is to do it by storyline. The term shoot is to shoot from the hip and just talk about it in reality based, not kayfabe. But yes, there's a whole terminology for wrestling as well. A lot of people would look at that as a load of bull, but you know, that's just the way it is. Every industry, I suppose, have their own terms and stuff. And indeed, I think that the podcasts, the Vince McMahon one was excellent. Really enjoyed that one, and the Triple H one last night was cool as well. He really is a cool customer. Him and Austin had a great chat about the Attitude Era days when they were up. They were going head to head and stuff. A lot of interesting stuff there to do with that. Very interesting topics, talking about the fact that they were pushing Reigns and pushing Daniel Bryan and the whole underdog story with Daniel Bryan, and of course the whole Brock Lesnar. There's Austin, remember, asked Vince McMahon in the last one, why do they only let Brock Lesnar show up every few months? And Vince McMahon said it was much like Andre the Giant back in the 80s. He was only up every few months because he was an attraction. People wanted to see this guy in the biggest venues, in the main events. And that's why, much like the likes of Giant Haystacks in Britain, and when he was in WCW, they only let him show up for the big pay-per-views and for the big sell-out pay-per-views and stuff. And the likes of The Undertaker even. He only shows up now at WrestleMania this last good few years. And it's the same, he's an attraction. But of course, the latest stuff with Sting being in WWE, it's looking like it's going to be a Brock Lesnar versus it's looking like it's going to be a Triple H versus Sting match at WrestleMania, which would be very interesting. I will be talking to Kyle Martin and Craig McCallion in a podcast I'm going to be doing for the Kyoster's World of Wrestling. I'll be recording that next week. We'll be doing that, and that will be fun. We'll be doing a few of them leading up. I'm going to be doing a couple of them leading up to WrestleMania. Probably doing one after WrestleMania, and we'll see how it goes from there. The last few years I've been doing podcasts with the likes of Richie McDermott and Michael Stamp, two other avid followers of the business, and it's going to be fun to cover this one with two new guests of mine, Kyle and Craig. So that's going to be fun on Mixcloud. Of course, it will be the Kyoster's World of Wrestling's podcast, which is called Beyond the Ropes. So that'll be good. Also, I want to talk a bit about the network in general. It's very, very good these days. They are celebrating Black History Month at the minute, and many of the great African American stars are being celebrated. The likes of Ron Simmons, the first black heavyweight champion, the likes of Bobo Brazil, and the likes of Ernie Ladd, the Big Cat, Ernie Ladd, of course, great stars from the 60s and 70s. Others such as the Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Many of these coming from other sports such as American football, basketball, and bodybuilding, stuff like that. So yes, indeed, a lot of the great black African American athletes being celebrated on Black History Month on the WWE Network, and many videos are in a little video vault of all the greatest stuff, like 2-3 minute videos, and then there's some episodes being uploaded these days of the UWF, of course, the territory down in the Mid-South region, which of course was run by Bill Watts in the early 80s, the late 70s to early 80s, and also some stuff being uploaded from Memphis Wrestling. As part of that, the likes of Coco Beware and Butch Reed, people like that, were in the Memphis region. Also, stuff being uploaded from the WCCW. There has been a section of WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling, the organization in Texas, ran by the Von Erichs. But the likes of Iceman King Parsons and Kamala were big deals down in WCCW in Texas. Other great parts of the wrestling world, of course, the GWF, or the GWF, the Georgia Wrestling Federation, and places such as the organization like the CWA and the other pretty big organizations. They're all getting stuff onto the WWE Network this month because of Black History Month. Excellent. Great to see the library filling up of great stuff. Not that I don't really watch a lot of it, but it's great to see it there, because to have there as part of it's wonderful to think that you don't have to buy as many DVDs and stuff of wrestling and that and collections when you've got them all there on the network, and that's what a brilliant thing is. Other stuff to do with the WWE Network, you've got a lot of stuff starting up now. They actually took away the 12 Days of Attitude, which of course was a Christmas promotional section, and it had a lot of the big Attitude Era moments, and it had a lot of the episodes. But they do say that they're going to be re-adding them. They're going to be adding them again in their own sections, like the episodes of Raw and SmackDown they had up as part of that and stuff. So hopefully they do re-add them and they're not taken down for good, because there was a policy at the start of the network when it first came out that the WWE had said that they wouldn't be taking off anything. Much, you know how Netflix have licenses with certain films and stuff, and they take them down after a few months. But with the WWE Network, they said at the start that it's all their content, so they won't be taking down anything. They'll just be, if they have to, they'll be buying more space on the actual, on the servers to put up more footage. So that sounds good. So that sounds like they won't be getting rid of all that footage. It might be just temporary. So a lot of good stuff happening on the network.